I didn't hear it say it was recording. Okay. Does it normally say it's recording, or does it just do that?
It did. We heard it. You just didn't. But it said it was recording. Okay.
Okay, well, good. Well, we'd like to welcome everyone on to the Bueller and Friends organizational call. It's February 24th, 2020. I can't even believe it's 2 months into the year already. I'm Yvette Dickey, and I'm proud to be hosting with Barb Verbonich this evening. And we'd like to open the call, first of all, to see what's going on in everybody's business or what they're excited about. So please come on and share with us.
I'm excited about this darling graphic, and it just makes me think of all the amazing people that are getting great health results and business results. That is so cute. I've never seen one like that before.
Well, good, good. Anyone else?
This is April.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, April.
I'm just really excited about after conference. I went down to Houston since I used to live there, and just met with a whole bunch of my friends, and it was just talked to like 28 people while I was there. I was just going from person to person to person, and it just felt like it flowed naturally. It just didn't feel like I was like trying to, push them or anything. It just obviously came up in conversation, and some of the people that had dropped off of Relive were considering to get back on. One person actually ordered the full spectrum RLV, saying, hey, I am totally in. I really want to see what this can do for us. And other people were like, send me some more information. And so it's just really exciting to see kind of that energy come forward as people start learning more about it and reconnecting with people. So, yay.
Oh, I am so excited for you, April. That's wonderful. Also, I just want to again tell you, when you were honored up on stage at conference, you spoke so well and so lovely. You were very articulate. It was lovely to see you up there, and we really enjoyed celebrating you. So,
thank you.
Who else had something to share?
It's Rachel from Southern California.
Hi, Rachel. Glad you're sharing.
Hi. I'm also sharing about products, actually. I said last week that I was starting on the Kids Now because I wanted to give it a try to see what it would do for me, and it is really working wonders for me. My brain, I deal with dyslexia, and I deal with a memory issue. Like, I've always had it, and the Kids Now is helping my brain just process information like never before. Like, my head is clear. I can understand, like, big words. Like, I don't have as many, I guess you could say, symptoms as I used to. I'm really noticing that my vocabulary is changing. Like, it's really making a big difference. And I think that the Kids Now is amazing. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh, no, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you shared. It just feels so good when you get to be at the potential that you should be, and that we have these products that can help facilitate that. I'm so excited for you. It's so inspiring. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Anybody else? Well, I have something to share. So we get back from conference, and to be honest, I don't know about some of you, but my husband isn't always consistent with the products. Sometimes he goes, well, I took it once, that's good enough, and whatever. But when I got back from conference, he hurt his back the next day, and he almost could not move. And so I made up the next day, well, right after he hurt himself, and then the full next day, he had 3 shakes. And they had Arthefect and Provantage in them. And by a full day after he started taking the products, he was able to move again, and he went back to work. He was super excited, and then he started taking it the rest of the week. By the end of the week, he was, doing dancing moves, and he was so excited because he has this big backpacking trip. And I have to tell you, my husband's almost 61 years old, and he has this big backpacking trip with a few family members. It's probably going to be a whole week long. And he thought after he injured back, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm just not going to be able to go. And then he took the products and he's feeling so great. He's out planning it and super excited about what's going to be happening this summer with this backpacking trip because of our products and how they've supported him and how he feels so much better and being able to move, and he's excited about his future because of our products. So I was pretty excited about that. Okay, well, moving on. How to be consistent. All right, I know you guys, we've all talked about consistency. It's not anything new, but I just felt like I wanted to kind of revisit it and kind of go over it again a little bit. Maybe hear it a new way, maybe hear different things, and we'll be able to implement it. So we all know that consistency is the key. I mean, no matter what you're doing in a relationship, exercise, anything that you do in life, the more that you feed it, the more that you spend time with it, the more that you engage, learn, educate yourself, do all those little steps, the more you're going to be able to succeed in it. So, I mean, by definition, consistency is referred to as an adherence to the same principles in a steadfast way. Now, it's a joke around my house because I'm pretty consistent in a lot of things. I always keep my keys in the same part of my purse. I always hang certain keys in a certain part of the house. My kitchen everything has a certain place it always goes in. And I have some members of my family who have ADD, and they just kind of put the things wherever it happens to make sense to them at the moment. And so they spend a lot of time running around trying to find things that if they could just be consistent with putting those things away, it wouldn't be a problem. So that adherence to the same principles in a steadfast way, I have to joke. But so if you want to achieve anything of value and meaning in your life, then you need to be consistent. So let's kind of look at this just a little bit more. So, and we all know the typical example of getting into shape. I mean, I know how I feel after I do one workout, and I just think, oh, I should be 10 pounds lighter and all toned, and all my clothes should fit better because it felt so good after that one workout. But we all know it doesn't work like that. You have to put in the time, day after day, week after week, month after month. And it doesn't happen in the one day or the 1 week. It just happens over time, like a relationship. It's not the one flower he brought you or the one time he sat and rubbed your feet or the time he called. It's all of it. It's all over time, that consistency of spending time investing in whatever it is that you want to have a success in. So we know that consistency is an every single day thing, making progress towards our goals, whether it's working out, whether eating better, following our Fit 3 program, whatever it is, being consistent with that, and then over several months and several years, maybe, depending on where you're starting, you'll be able to achieve the end goal that you're after. Same thing with building our businesses. If we want to build our business and make money, we have to go to work. And what does go to work mean? It means talking to people every day, talking to people, taking action, doing the IXAR, identify, connect. Every day we need to be doing that. So whatever your routine is, you need to be consistent. So recently I watched that movie Ford versus Ferrari. I don't know if any of you have seen that. But I'm going to bring it up because, first of all, consistency is not about being 100% every single moment of every day. If you're going to be consistent 100%, you're going to be beating yourself up because no one can ever do that all the time. And one of the things I thought was impressive about Ken Miles in the movie Ford versus Ferrari is in the last race, the Le Mans race, he knew a perfect lap, and he told his son how to do this perfect lap. It was 3.5 minutes out of a 24-hour event. He knew he could do that lap once in a while perfect, but he did not expect himself to do that lap perfect every single 3.5 minutes. And I think sometimes we beat ourselves up because we expect ourselves to be perfect every single lap, and it's impossible. So I don't know about you, but I'm someone who definitely can beat myself up terribly, and then it's difficult for me to get back on track. So self-doubt is the ultimate consistency destroyer. So imagine self-doubt as a monster. The self-doubt monster dwells in the shadows. He's horrible. So self-doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. So we just need to pick ourselves up, get back on the track, get back to doing the loops 24 hours. So how do we get back on the track? Well, partly is we really have to know our why. And how do we know what our true why is? Sometimes that can be challenging. We need to find it out by really being honest and be authentic with ourselves and our self-reflecting. What really, truly excites you? Does it excite you to overcome obstacles? Does it excite you to build relationships when you're with people? Does it inspire you to make an impact on other people's lives? What truly inspires you? What is your why? And it's interesting, your why can't be one thing. I was talking with Louise at conference, and she was talking about her very first why, and you hear it every time she tells her story, was to earn that $400 or $500 for those piano lessons. Well, she got that within like the first month. Then you had to create new why. So you have your short-term whys and then your long-term whys that you're working towards. Having strong enough reasons that will keep you lasting in that long term. Having compelling enough goals that are short-term and long-term. And having accountability, an accountability coach. So, Barb, this is your slide.
Yeah, you got it. Well, I'll tell you, I am enjoying so very much what you're sharing, and the fact that we do have to be consistent, and I love the fact that rarely are we all 100% consistent in everything that we do. And I love what you're sharing about not beating ourselves up whenever we get off track, and not setting us up for failure, because I don't know of any person on the planet that is 100% consistent all the time. But there are some things that help, and as we do get back on track, I know there are a number of strategies for accountability programs. I know that we have things like, if I toss out a few ideas and you don't know what they are and you're interested in them, just let us know. But I think one of the most fun strategy that we have used has been making yourself a chart with 100 little boxes and tracking how long it takes you to talk to 100 people. That's a great strategy. A 30, 60, 90 day, that's a great strategy. At conference, I don't remember who it was, but I reached over to Yvette and I said, yep, that's the 30, 60, 90. It was a new senior director who was up there and had won her trip to Hawaii. And being consistent, understanding that if we have a means of tracking what we're doing, then we get that encouragement back into our own mindset that we're on track and we're doing something. Our road to presidential is a fabulous accountability strategy. Having an accountability partner, the tracking sheet that we have for the trip to Hawaii. I want to emphasize, however, that all of those are strategies. And what I have come to realize is that strategies work, and strategies are fabulous tools, but they're kind of the how-to rather than the psychology of an accountability. And psychology of accountability and consistency kind of comes into play when you make a shift in your mindset, and it shifts everything else. It becomes a permanent and a lasting change. For example, I know I've seen Yvette, I've seen my friend Lucia, I've seen Marissa Alves, who was number 2 in the recent Fit 3 challenge, becoming consistent in the mindset of taking time to work out, taking time for that daily walk, taking time to maybe work out in the gym or work out with Tina, or taking the time consistently to spend time with your business. And again, psychology and strategy go hand in hand. So I want to challenge us on the call to realize, maybe I'm using some really great tools that are helping me with the strategy. Even if you have like your planner or your calendar in your phone, and you have charted out the hours in which you're consistently going to be doing your business, and then rewarding yourself for the times that you are able to do that, that's a part of developing a greater habit in the psychology of accountability. And let's be challenged to see if we can't take it another step and make a shift in our mindset, so that the things that we do every day with our business become second nature to us. And we kind of get addicted to them, and we don't feel quite complete when we go to sleep if we haven't contacted that new person on the product or their follow-up, or we haven't spoken to those 3 people a day that I'm challenging myself to do, or haven't been able to check something off my timesheet, my 100 people contact sheet. So let's take it not just into the strategy of forms and goals, but into the psychology where we find ourselves actually making it an automatic part of our life, of our day. Let's get somewhat more passionate, perhaps, about helping those who come across our.
Oh no.
Nope.
Lost my sound. Okay, sorry, lost my sound for a second there.
Mm-hmm.
So part of changing that mindset is becoming addicted to, and shall I even say, falling in love with the process, not the results, but each step, each lighted pathway that we go. We tend to think that our goals are all about the end result. But in order to truly be consistent over the long term, we kind of have to be committed to finding ways to love and enjoy the whole process. Like the end result of a diet or exercise or Fit 3 is to lose weight. But falling in love with changing the way you eat, exercising every day, or how your body feels when you exercise, or how your body feels when you change what you eat and combine the right foods together, and how it gives you that energy. So the same process of falling in love with contacting that new person, connecting them with a third party, and hearing those lights go off. All of those little things where you're building that rapport with that person, just falling in love with the whole process of what we do in our business on a day-to-day basis, and not think of it as a scary thing, picking up the phone, how heavy it is, or talking to a new person. Just being aware of, I'm going to talk to this person because it's about them and it blesses them, and I'm so thankful that someone reached out and talked to me. Not, I'm scared to talk to them. I mean, I have the right words. It's about You know, when we first worked out, it wasn't fun. It maybe hurt some of my muscles. I don't know about you, but it hurt some of my muscles. And so it's kind of the same thing in doing the business. It's a little bit uncomfortable in the beginning, but then we fall in love with it because we've done it over and over and over, and we love each step. We love how it takes us. For me personally, some things, I love spending time in the Word in the morning, and that's not something that I have to do each day. It's something that I get to do, and I love to do. And we all have great goals. We have strong reasons why. We're doing our accountability. We're declaring public things, our affirmations, I mean, all that. But unfortunately, if we don't find a way to love this process, it's going to continue to be a struggle. So we need not just love working out or love healthy eating, or for me, love being in the Word, but we need to love working on our business, love making that next call, making that next connection, making that next step, guiding that person to their next goal, guiding them to their next health results, finding ways to associate pleasure with all of these steps, and then to celebrate those victories. And
so much of what Yvette is sharing is, in terms of our relive business, is going back to your why, and truly making sure that you are deeply in touch with your why, so that as you accomplish the things that are becoming more consistent in your daily routine, you are finding greater pleasure and greater passion. You know, if we truly are committed to listening to others with relive ears and hearing where their concern or their pain is, whether it be a health or a financial need, and we know that our business and our products are capable of helping them, then it becomes pleasurable to say, you know, I might have something that would be of interest. I might have something that could help you. When can we get together? Or just give them a link to your website, or give them a quick three-way right there in the store to your upline or a favorite partner who is helping you in your cross line. Because it's really quite true. If we associate that pleasure with the things that are going to bring us closer to our goals and to our whys, then we're going to find ourselves being more consistent with those things. And I know in the early days, and many times still, if we associate pain in doing those things, oh my gosh, I have to call so-and-so, or oh dear, I forgot to follow up on, or if we find ourselves regretting or seeing pain or becoming frustrated, it's only so long before our willpower to choose to do those things is going to kind of wane. And so if we can help ourselves understand the mindset of habits that are healthy, business building habits, people connecting habits, relationship building habits, and find the great pleasure in seeing someone get a smile on their face and they're saying, thank you for helping me through this troubled time. Thank you. My migraine headaches are gone. Like Yvette said, thank you. My husband's back pain is better. Like April was sharing, you know, getting out and listening to what other people, their concerns are, and finding a great deal of joy and pleasure and satisfaction. So celebrating those times when you find yourself becoming victorious, and your consistency is leading to greater victory, even in those little tiny ones. But finding a way to love it, finding a way to make sure you're really aligned with your whys and with the things, the steps that need to be done in order to build your business and become consistent, celebrating when you find yourself doing precisely that, becoming more consistent, and having these things become second nature, you will begin to associate a great deal of pleasure with it. And that's the ultimate. That's the goal we really want to work for, is finding that pleasure, finding that we love, reaching out. And I am inspired by those of you who are on this call. You are the ones who are reaching out. You are the ones who are striving to be more consistent in your business. And Yvette and I truly encourage you to believe in what you have and to step out of your own comfort zone, finding those strategies that are going to help you, finding the mindset that makes it become a habit, and enjoy every little victory along the way and allow us to celebrate together, for it is a good thing. Relive is an amazing product. It is an amazing company. The people in this business are compassionate and caring. And as far as we're concerned, you guys are the ones who deserve to celebrate being on the call tonight. And we're glad we could have a chance to share.
Thank you. Well, that's all we have for this evening. We hope that you take this and reach your goals, short-term goals for this week. And best to all of you. All right.
Yes.
We will stop the recording now. All right. Yes.